G'day. Welcome back to the Six Again show. Man, it's good to be back. Good to have rugby back. It's a bit raining. We just finished at the Parramatta game. Nah, jokes. It's raining here in Melbourne, so apologies. I guess if the audio is a bit thin, but it's all good. We continue. So before we get into this episode, bro, let's roll that intro, bro. Let's go, boys.
Welcome to the Six Again show. I'm your host, Jace.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Name's TJ.
Kura here, Mato.
And we're going to be talking some shit about the league. So, boys, you ready to talk some shit or what?
Let's go.
Six again. Yeah, nice boys. G'day. Welcome back to another episode of the Six Again show. I'm here with my host, Kura say g'day.
What's going on, guys?
And I'm here with Addin.
What's up, guys?
And unfortunately, shout outs to TJ. He cannot be here as he has work commitments, but he's here with us in spirit, I guess. So I guess, boys, you ready to talk some shit or what?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Let's go. Cool. So I guess a big discussion topic that's just happened over the last round was around CHT or Chanel Harris Tavita. He's out for 12 weeks with foot surgery. So I'll jump to you first, Kura. I guess how do you think this is going to affect the Warriors not having the prime half for their team?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Chanel has picked up this injury. For the plans for 2021, or Nathan Brown's plans. Obviously, there's a bit of a wall that they've hit with that. They are pretty thin on players at the moment, especially with them having to relocate to Australia to be able to play in the NRL this year. And, I think even with house stocks, I think they'll be pretty thin as well. It does hit a brick wall for them, but hopefully the person that will stand in place of him should be able to do a good job as well, and hopefully help the boys out.
Yeah, nice, bro. And yeah, like you mentioned, it might not be part of their game plan. They might have had, a set game plan for this year. Obviously, one of their, key pieces has gone down. I guess, for you, Arthur, who would step in? Is it Blake or no? Who's there? Actually,
I think it was, who did I say? Sean O'Sullivan. And I'm pretty sure Sean O'Sullivan's from the Broncos. He's just moved over or may have picked up a contract over the summertime.
Oh, okay. So do you reckon that's going to affect the way the Warriors are going to play? Well, not only this week, but moving forward for the next 12 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's going to be it's a big loss for the Warriors. Obviously, like Kuda said, I think Nathan Brown had big plans for him. He was going to be a big part of what they were going to do this year. But now he's gone down and he's out for 12 weeks, which is a long time. I like him. He's not he's not a superstar young player, but he improves every week. He gets better. But I think a big thing with him is he hasn't really had a leader to actually where he can, that they can take him under his wing and he can improve and learn off them and things like that. Because he's pretty much come in. So they pretty much come in and then there's really no leader half or something to show him the ropes getting things like that. So he's just learning on the flies, but he's improving. And I think just not having that leader where he'd usually learn off because they do have Cody and stuff, but he's not really a veteran half or whatever you call it. But I think that was a big thing, in his game, he hasn't had that leader with him. Yeah. But he's a good young player and he improves and I like him, but, it's a big loss for Warriors.
Yeah, and I guess, on behalf of the show, man, we wish you luck with your recovery. We hope that Sullivan or whoever steps in can, help Cody out and also help the Warriors out, fulfill his requirements for the position. So, speedy recovery to you, CHT. And while we're on the topics of the Warriors, in this podcast or in this show, we like to talk about, good stories, feel-good stories, especially around the NRL. And, I came across one today where two of the Warriors, key forwards star forwards in Addin Blake and Ben Murdoch Masilla, sorry. Yeah, they were caught doing good deeds. So pretty much on their way to training, it was a rainy day, and they saw an old lady, changing her tire. So they knew they were going to be late to training, but they still got out and helped the lady change their tire. So that's a clap from us from the Boys of the Six Again show. I guess this is not surprising, and we're not being biased being Islanders, but we're always taught to help people wherever we can. So I guess I'll start off with you, Kura. How good is it hearing stories about this, like in the NRL?
Yeah, it's like you said before, it's all feel good or positive little things that happen with these guys. Obviously, these guys, they are first grade players, and they're always, I guess, trying to be good examples, especially with a lot of young generation players, or football players wanting to look up to these guys. So I guess these little things do play a part in I guess with rugby and the growth of rugby, and it's good to see like these guys, especially like Murdoch, I'm pretty sure went to Kebra Park, and I'm pretty sure he's from the area, so for him to be able to do that, I guess in the community is definitely something to look up to.
Yeah, nice, bro. And I guess being an Islander, we're known to tell a bit of fibs here and there. So, what do you reckon? The coach said when they got to training, and they said, "Oh, sorry, I had to help an old lady change their tire." You reckon they would? Do you reckon the coach believed them, or the players believed them, or nah?
Oh, I think probably at first the coach was probably had a funny look at them and like, "Are you sure?" But I think they wouldn't lie about something like this. You know, like you said, not being biased or anything, but like Islanders, we've been taught like not to lie, even though you want to. You don't lie for things like that.
Yeah.
But that was good from the boys. Could have covered a lot of it. It's good. They're good role models for younger players for the future. And I think I just want to share. There was one moment I can remember back when I was playing Harold Mats. So it was me, Ishmael, and Big Romeo. So we caught the train all the way out to Essendon, and then we were running a bit late for training. And then there was a taxi driver, and his car was like stuck. He couldn't. It was just in the middle of the road. Yeah. Couldn't go anywhere, and cars were like driving around and things like that. So we were like probably say just 2 minutes walk away from training. Yeah. But instead of going to training because we were already late, he helped the guy. We pushed this car off the road. We got it to the side. And then,
nice.
Yeah, he thanked us and everything. And then we just went to training. Yeah. Told our coach. Yeah. So it was something similar. So when I heard it, I was like, it kind of like made me remember that moment. So,
bro, gun, bro. Hey, bro, you get a clap, bro. Yeah. See, so if you're pulled over on the side of the road, like hopefully you're near a rugby pitch where the boys are near running late for training, they'll come and sort you out. So and on top of that, feel good stories. Man, I hope you can hear us over this the rain, but it is what it is. We just come across news that, for those who know, Manase Fainu, over the summer period, he was caught out in Manly, helping elderly residents, cutting their lawns, bro, for free, offering to cut their lawns. So, again, bro, it's good to see, our people or these feel-good stories out in the NRL. So congratulations to you three. I guess keep being good role models for our community and for upcoming prospects in the NRL. So bro, shout outs to you boys. Cool. So the next topic is around we're still rolling. Our next topic is around I guess I'm going to get your thoughts, pick your brain. So JMOZ has come to light in the media at the moment, and it's because someone's gone in their inbox on Instagram and fully gave him a spray about them losing their multi because he hasn't, scored a try and whatnot, whatever. I think we spoke about this last year, but we've seen that there's multiple cases of players getting sprayed in the inboxes because people have lost out one leg in their multis or for whatever reason. So in my opinion, I don't know how you ban these people or get them from not being involved around that game, but there should be a way that we can do this. I don't think it's fair. Like, betting is completely different. Like the players don't go out there to make sure that they fulfill your multis and stuff.
That's right.
You know, they go out there to play as hard as they can, and if they are fortunate to get a meat pie, then it is what it is. But for those people going out there and spraying them, I guess, like, there's no room for people like you in NRL. We're trying to get, positive stories, and you're just killing it. So I guess I'll go to you first, Kuda. Like, what does it take for a person to spray a player? Like, to get in the inbox, like, how low of a person do you have to be?
Yeah, pretty low, man. You must have put up $1 million for that, eh? Like, man, that's crazy. It's pretty it's not pretty. I'd say it's very unacceptable.
Yeah,
like,
100.
Like, these guys are doing their job. They get paid to be players, and that's it. Obviously, if you were to tell a player not to tackle this person and get that person to score a try in front of you, obviously that's match fixing. So
yeah.
That's always going to be a no-go for a player.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, from the outside, from somebody like having a go at a player, I think it's definitely unacceptable. And whether there's punishments or not, I think there should be a punishment for that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just unacceptable.
Yeah. See, we're all behind that, Kuda. We definitely think it's unacceptable. And I guess for you, Athol, like, what do you think punishment could be for them? Like, obviously the ultimate punishment is for them to not be able to get into any games, or or possibly they've said that they've found ways to maybe ban them from their account, like their betting agencies and that. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I guess what are your thoughts on maybe punishments?
For punishment, I'm not too sure really. Like you could ban them from games and stuff, but I think it's like pretty hard, like, because you get people, like, I don't know what it is. Is it like, are they commenting on stories, or are they just messaging, like? Yeah.
So pretty much straight in the inbox.
Message,
in the DMs. Yeah.
I don't know. It would be a bit harder. I'm not too sure on a punishment. Like.
So what do you think about it then? Them messaging the player saying?
Yeah, I'm on board with you boys. Like, yeah, it's unacceptable. You know, it's a bad thing, and. Yeah, like, players, they have a job. Their job is to, turn up to training every day, play rugby league, win if they can, if they want to, or if their coaches tell them to. But their job is not to make sure, us on the outside, we win money because, they score tries or anything. But I think, just like what you said, I think just coming down to like agreeing on a punishment will be like the hard thing, but there should be something there.
So well, hopefully the NRL can come up with something soon, because a lot more people are getting involved in punting. It's just growing and growing more and more every day, so hopefully they can come up with something quick fix that can help. This is less stress for the players, so they don't get like bloody people spraying them in their inboxes, and they get more positive messages. So if you're one of those cunts that are doing that, stop. Unacceptable, mate. Cool, man. I guess let's move to our next part. So round two. Round two. Bro, I reckon. So I only caught Friday and Thursday and Friday games, but in the games I did watch, they were bloody crackers, weren't they? Round two were crazy. Let's go for our tips quickly. I'll kick them off. So I got 5. Obviously, I tipped the Storm, and I tipped the Warriors and the Cowboys to win, and unfortunately they lost. So yeah, that's me. I got 5 boys. How'd you go, my bro?
Yeah, I ended up getting 6 out of the 8. I end up backing up 2 Queensland teams, which end up letting me down.
Unlucky. What about you, my bro?
Yeah, so I got 7 out of 8. Just the one wrong, just the Storm. Close, could have got the 8, but yeah. It is what it is.
Oh, you're almost there, bro. You're almost there. Like, I think TJ was the only one who got an 8 last year, was it?
Yeah, I remember he got 1. Yeah,
I didn't get it perfect.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't either. So, yeah. TJ, what did you get? Oh yeah, good shit. Nah, sorry, bro. Sorry. My guy. Yeah, so that was our tips. I guess it was a tough round, and I guess when we move into the next round, this week's round, it's going to be even more tougher. But let's get into our game of the week. So, game of the week, bro. How about you roll us into the game of the week, my bro?
Yeah, the game of the week was pretty much the start of the week of footy for round 2, and that was the Parramatta Eels taking on the Storm.
Yeah, nice, bro. So talk us through it, man. What did you think of the game?
Yeah, I guess for both sides, obviously the weather conditions played a part in the game. But I thought both teams played pretty well, despite the score. I think both teams could have deserved the win either way. But obviously the points matter at the end of the game, and I thought even though the Storm lost, they still play a pretty strong brand of footy, and to have to come down, it's a bit different when you have to come down to Bankwest Day. Like,
Yep.
When we're coming down here to Amy Park, like, bro, Storm turn up big time, like 100%.
Yeah, bro.
You don't know what you're going to get from like your opposition teams when you're playing against Melbourne here. But yeah, I guess for Melbourne to go up to Bankwest is a bit different. You know, the atmosphere is a lot more different. It's probably the opposite, I guess, when you're being here in Amy Park. And for me, I think the crowd is what helped. I guess the Parramatta get over the line. It was just more so just the atmosphere that got them over the line, and then hopefully the boys can continue their run on into the next round.
Nice, bro. You're so humble, bro. You can give us the spray if you want, bro. It's all good, bro.
Round 2, it's too early. We'll wait till we come here, then I might.
But he's not wrong, man. Para performed crazy this game. You know, they definitely outperformed the Storm. It's been branded. It's only 2 games in, but it's one of the best wet weather games that has been played at probably over the last 5-10 years, you could say. It was definitely a crazy game. Even though it was wet weather, completions were high. They were still, making plays, and it shows like the grit and the determination in both of the teams, and how they commit to trying to get over each other. Because it's not I guess a strong rivalry, but there is something there. And whenever Storm and Para play, it's always a crazy game to watch. So I guess for you, bro, I know we're on the opposite end of things for once. This is the first time I've ever seen the Storm out of the 8. We're 9th at the moment. Yeah. So I guess give us your thoughts on the match, bro.
That was a great game. Obviously, like you two mentioned, the weather played a big part in it. The possession completion rates were crazy, especially in that first half. Like they were completing at such a high rate. And at the end of the game, both teams, they completed 37 sets.
Yep.
And I think the Storm, I think 2 or 3 sets they missed. Yeah, and then I think Para only, because I think the stats were 88% completion rate from Eels
nice.
79 to Storm. So even though Storm's like 79, it was, still around the 80 mark. So with the weather they played in, like you see dry footy and you see a lot of drop balls, a lot of mistakes. But, the crazy weather they were playing on Thursday night, was so good that both teams, played well. Obviously, I think Reid Marnie, hooker for Para.
Gun.
He played a gun game. He was outstanding. Obviously, Mitchell Moses, whenever there's a Eels win, Mitchell Moses is, in around there or in the middle of everything.
100.
So, he was on. The signs I saw for us for Storm, like learning, I think, not having Cameron Smith, obviously, like people were going to see how we're going, but, in games like that, pressure games and tight games, I think, we kind of miss Cameron Smith being there on the park, but, it's just learning curve, and hopefully the boys can learn from Thursday and get better for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Good game, mate. Good game.
I'll take that one.
Back to you, Kuda, man. Outstanding performances by Reid Marnie, but also by your forward pack. Junior Polo and RCG, bro. What units they are, eh?
They are. I think like both teams possess some pretty big front rows, or even just forward packs. And And like just to see them go out and do their thing and battle it out, and especially in wet weather conditions, it's definitely I guess pleasing for them to be able to complete that many sets.
Yeah. So that moves us into, this is segueing perfectly into the player of the week, so I'll let you take this away, Kura. Your player of the week had an outstanding game.
He did. And he wasn't expected to play in the position that he was. He was actually first named on the bench. And who I'm talking about is Marata Niokori.
Let's go.
He's Cook Island International.
Let's go. Yeah, bro. Shout out to the cookies, bro. Let's go.
But he's actually known to be a middle forward or even edge forward. But in this case, we had one of our centres pull out before the match, and he ended up stepping into centres. So it was a bit weird because he's such a big man, and to see him in the centres, you didn't know how he was going to play out. You didn't know if he was going to be fast enough and would be able to keep up with the opposition centre, which was Justin Nolan. I thought a few times Justin Nolan would have had him, especially on the outside. Obviously, Olam's a bit quicker, so it did take him a bit of time to kind of, find his feet in terms of defence. But I think throughout the game he had a pretty good game, especially with being in the centres. Stats-wise, he probably wasn't one of the top players in that game, but there was a few times where he took his opportunities, and I think that's what caught my eye is because he was taking those opportunities that you wouldn't really see him take when he's in the middle of the field. So there's definitely a good battle between him and Olam. I think he got Olam just before half-time.
Got him with a beautiful bone rattler.
A bit of a fin there, and then somehow Olam in the second half gave him a bit of a
good one too.
Yeah, a good one too. So it's good to see footy that way, where it's not just one-sided; it goes both ways. So
yeah, bro. And I'll let you speak on that too, Addo, bro. How good? Well, let's give him a rap, man. Marata Niokori. How good was he against Olam? Like Olam is not a person who you think that will get dominated as much he got dominated that game. So given the wet weather conditions and that, I don't think it gives him no excuses. How good did you reckon he played against our man Fia?
Yeah, I think he played outstanding. Obviously when I saw him move in there, just before the game, hearing that Blake was out, I thought, maybe, that will be outside. Obviously, we attack there a lot of times because, we have Adokar outside of him. But then I thought, because they have a back rower playing in the centres, I thought, maybe we'd have a bit of, how do you put it? Have a bit of...
Maybe speed on that edge or like an overlap or...
Fucking, what's the word? Have a bit of...
KFC? But whatever the word is, all good.
It's an easy word, I'm trying to think of, but I thought we'd have more success down there.
There we go.
That's the word. Yeah, I thought we'd have way more success. Like him and Fox. Obviously, I thought he would always get on the outside, and having a winger, being a winger, and that your second row is inside. Obviously, he's playing centre, but he was second row on the day. He'd probably cover him more. So maybe a lot of times, he would draw in, and then that would leave, Josh Adokar open on the outside. But, it wasn't that way. Didn't even happen. I didn't even see them get around them that much in the game. Maybe only once, but, the defense that he had on Olam was just crazy. And, big raps for him because, that was a big game. Yeah,
bro. Shout out to Para, man. They're doing crazy. I can't wait to see what happens moving forward, bro. So I guess we'll go jump to you, bro. Who was your player of the week, Ato?
So my player of the week was from the Sydney Roosters, Luke Keary.
Gun.
So he was a gun on the weekend. He scored. Oh, he didn't score, but, he assisted 4 tries, kicked over 300 kicking meters, and he had a couple line breaks, assisted a couple line breaks too, and he was just everywhere. Obviously now that he's the 7, he's taken on a bigger role there, and this first 2 rounds, it just shows that I think he's gonna be a big he's going to be in for a big year, and I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on Nathan Cleary come Origin time.
Ooh, nice,
so,
bro.
It'll be interesting.
I guess for Kiri, I got to jump to you, Kura. He was unfortunate to not get any Dally M points. I guess it's something that we don't really cover, as in who gets the Dally M, how it gets chosen and that, but it was unanimous that he should have received points. I guess, give us your thoughts on that and how Kiri played.
Yeah, obviously Kiri had a day out during that game, and you could see it on the scoreline. You could see it on the scoreline against the Tigers over the weekend. And look, it's unfortunate that he didn't get any Dally M points for it, but obviously whoever picks the points seen something else in some of the other players. But yeah, I guess like Kiri's always been the type of player to get his hands involved in a lot of the plays and a lot of the tries as well. So obviously with the stats that Ato's presented, he's definitely one to watch out for this year.
Bro. So my player of the week, drum roll. It was David Fafita, man. What a gun what a gun game he played against the Broncos, against his old team. I knew that when he was going to play this game, that he wanted to prove a point, and which he did. He scored 2 tries against his old beloved team. He got 2 line breaks and 8 tackle breaks, which is crazy. And he ran for over 136 meters, making him my player of the week. It was good to see the little rivalry that he had against Tavita. And we saw it get a little bit physical toward the end of the game. I don't know why I'm so gassed at the moment, just from walking over there and walking back. In a post-match interview, Dave Fafita was asked, what is their relationship between him and Tavita, because he looked a bit tense, during the game. He said, don't worry about it, he's my big brother, and we're all sweet. So it's good to see them, knuckle on the field, and I guess after, they're still the best of mates. So I guess for you boys, how I'll start with you, Kuda. How well did Fafita play?
Yeah, obviously Fafita played the way that everyone expects them to play. Obviously, it's a great way to, like you said, prove a point against his old team and show what he's made of. Obviously, Titans have been doing a lot of homework with him being there, and the few times that he did score his tries, he was pretty much one-on-one with the person that was in front of him, and that person was always a half, or seemed to be a half. And yeah, obviously, if you got a half with a back rower there, it's going to be a hard day for the half to tackle.
Harder, and I guess what the Titans have nailed at the moment is they know that David Fafita isn't their guy that's going to give them 200 meters, 300 meters. They want him to be used strategically. Like they get Tino, they get Herman SS when he comes in, but Jared Wallace, they get all of them to do the grunt work, and then try stopping him in the 10. It's like pretty much 0 to 1. So with you, bro, obviously I thought Tino had an outstanding game. We already spoke about it last week. But yeah, how did you think David Fafita went? And I guess if you think he could have a better game, what do you think he needs to work on?
Well, I think this week obviously he had a lot better game than he did in round 1. I thought in round 1 he was a bit disappointing, and in round 1, like, he wasn't really hungry. Like he was just happy just to stay out wide and just stay there and just keep running up and down. But this game was more hungry. I was getting in, more involved, doing more work, and I guess like you guys said, they've been working with him a lot, and those one-on-ones you were talking about with the halves, if they can get him more of those balls, he'll score like 90% of the time. So if they can just keep doing that for him, and if he can just, keep turning up, be keen, and, be available everywhere, then I think, he'll just get better for them. And, looks like the Titans season may have just kicked off, so we'll see how they go.
Shout out to you, TJ. We're talking about the Titans when you're not here, which is perfect. So we didn't extend past the 3 hours or 2 hours. So yeah, shout outs to all our players of the week. You're doing a great job, and you're doing a great job for your team. So shout outs to you. Congrats. Cool. And that moves us to our next segment, which could have come up with a mean name. We're going to call it Meat Pie or Bone Rattlers. So this week we have a Bone Rattler, And did you watch the game, Kuta?
No, I didn't.
Did you watch the game?
I watched like second half.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So this part was in the second half when Anthony watched it. But it's a pretty good hit. Us just watching it now. Sorry, I didn't catch it, but man, it was crazy. And also, just to give you some context, you can't see, but we kind of have a little setup here now that we're going to show live. I'm going to screen record everything, so it's playing at the same time. So hopefully that enhances the view and the program in a way. So yeah, let's kickstart this video, bro. That was gone, bro. Jack Whiten on, is that Katoa?
Yeah.
Cool.
Bit of whiplash there.
Ooh. Now he's going to change his name to Kamoa. Kamoa. Nah, jokes. So, as you can see, I'll chuck the video here or something. Bro, would you want to be hit like that? Have you ever been hit like that, actually?
Ooh, probably not. Not like that. No, I don't think I have.
What about you, Ato? Have you ever been hit like that?
Not like that, but I've been hit worse and I've got knocked out once.
Oh, shit. I didn't get hit like that because I only played under 8, so no one was tackling like that back in under 8s. So saved my ribs. So cool, man. Yeah, so that was our meat pie or bone rattler of the week. Obviously, this week there was a lot of great meat pies, but you know, this bone rattler, man, it was crazy. That's crazy. So shout out to you, Jack Whiten. Welcome to Hit of the Week or Tackle of the Week. Cool. Now let's get down into the rounds. And man, this is very difficult. Looking at the rounds, I'll bring up the team list for the boys now. Cool. I'll let you, bro, start off the first one if you'd like.
Yeah, bro. So first game, Thursday night again, we have, the mighty Melbourne Storm up against the Penrith Panthers at Bluebet Stadium. So it'll
nice.
be a Penrith home game for those who don't know where that is.
Yeah, bro, honestly, me and Kuta were like, Bluebet? Where the hell is Bluebet?
We had to research that up. Like, hey, we didn't know they changed the name.
So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so obviously, Panthers, they've been like, almost perfect the first 2 rounds, no troubles there. So it's going to be a really tough game for us. Obviously, I'm backing my team, the Melbourne Storm. I think it's going to be tough, especially we lost Felice Kafusi this week to a tackle he did last week, or little bump, whatever you want to call it. I'll let you guys judge it.
A little bit of elbow.
I don't want to get into that, so you guys can get into that. But yeah, so it's going to be really tough without him. Obviously, we still don't have Harry Grant back, and still don't have Dale Finucane. So I think we have two new players are on our bench. So I think Nico Hines will be on our bench. Yeah, there
bro.
he is. Chris Lewis, and we also have Aaron Penne. For those who don't know who he is, bet you should watch this game and then you'll find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be really tough. It's never easy against the Panthers. So yeah, best of luck to both teams. But hopefully we get on top.
Nice, bro. For you, Kuta, where do you see this game going, bro?
Yeah, this is a tough one, because it's still in Sydney. I think just because of the performance that Storm had against us, I think they're still a decent side, and even without Kafusi there, I still think they could be a team to watch out for. Obviously, the Panthers, they're pretty much like an unchanged team from last week. Obviously, they don't have Coruscant there anymore with the replacement of Mitch Kenny. Coruscant will be out for a couple of weeks. So that is probably a big loss for them. But their forward pack doesn't change much other than Coruscant missing. But I think I'm going to back the Storm this week, man, see how they go, and hopefully they can stop the Panthers with their 2 clean sheets they've already had.
Yeah, nice. And yeah, just to go off the clean sheets, we're definitely going to score this game. They are not going to give us a donut score. That's like a guarantee, bro. That's like a guarantee. So you can put my name all over Instagram or whatever if they don't score. But yeah, we're definitely going to score. I know definitely this is going to be a tough match too. We've had our first 3 games have been top 4 sides. So it's actually going to show. I guess the NRL, whether we're a team who can back up what we've been able to achieve last year, or whether we're going to struggle with our main leadership in Cam Smith. But I'm confident in the boys that we're going to get the biscuits. I think just going off what Athol said about Aaron Penne, I haven't seen or played. Watch him play, and I hope he blows us away and maybe secures a spot in the 17 would be pretty good. So I think the only video I saw of him was I think he was doing like a shout out to Tongan Week or something like that one time. So yeah, so shout outs to him. One person, there's a couple matchups that I'd like to see. I'd like to see the Eisenheath brothers go at it, which is cool. So Matthew Eisenheath will come off the bench for the Panthers, so it'll be good to see him go up against his brother. One person that I'm very worried about and have been worried about is Spencer Linu. This guy is a bloody force coming off the bench for the Panthers. So, I guess our bench is like almost evenly matched. But yeah, definitely watch out for Spencer Linu. He's going to have a cracker of a game, which he always does. So he might be a force. And then both forwards are full of great forwards, for lack of a better word. Like, they can pack a punch. They've been playing with each other. I think Moses Lieto has a few things that he needs to work on, but besides that, I'm hoping that the Storm can get over these boys. Brian To'o, that left edge, bro, Panthers left edge, deadly, bro. Deadly. I think it's got to be rated the top in the in the competition. Like, and then there's the Rabbitohs left edge and maybe the Roosters right edge, bro. So that's our tips for the first game. That's crazy, brah. Okay, that moves us to our second game, which is going to be a home game for the Dragons at Wynn Stadium against Manly. So this is a crazy game too. I'll jump to you first, Athol, bro. So the Dragons come off with a convincing win last week, which I didn't think they would be able to get the chocolates against the Cowboys. And we've seen that this Manly team struggling to put points on. So how do you think this game is going to go?
I think you just pretty much summed up what I was going to say and why I tipped the way I did. But yeah, I'm tipping the Dragons. Obviously, out of the two teams, they've had the better, first 2 rounds. They've scored better, they attack better. Manly, they're just disappointing on both sides, defense and attack. And, there's still no Turbo. So, Turbo, like, even though he's one player, he makes so much difference to that Manly team. And, just without him, I can't back Manly. So, it's going to be the Dragons for this one.
Nice, bro. I'll jump in next. You actually, me just talking about introducing the match actually made me change my team. I thought, I don't think Manly will get the biscuits in this game. So I actually changed my tip to the Dragons. So it's officially the Dragons. I'm going for the Dragons. It's good to have Corey Norman back, and Ben Hunt's been playing out of his skin, and so has Matt Duffy low key. So and I think Zach Lomax, interesting fact, I think he's like 12 or 13 in a row or something. He hasn't missed this year or something like that for goal kicking. So for fantasy, if you have him in your centres, it'll be good because he hasn't missed a kick yet. So that's points, baby. So is that Josh Schuster? Is he the half?
Yeah,
he's a half.
I was going to bring him up too.
Second
yeah,
row.
well, I'll jump to you then, Kuda. First, give us your tip, and then I'll give us your thought on him playing. What's your thoughts on him playing in the second rows, and then you give us the tip.
Yeah. When I first seen him at 12, I was like, oh, maybe they've got something going on with maybe another forward coming in there, and then him having to take one of the halves out. Obviously, it's going to be foreign and not Jerry Evans, and see how that goes. But yeah, it's kind of strange seeing Schuster on the edge. as a forward. Sorry. Yeah, it's just weird to see him there. Hopefully he can push himself into the halves and probably make a difference. But even K Cuss has been playing pretty well. K Cuss has been playing pretty well in the lower grades as well. So it's good to see him back in the lineup. But I think I'm going to back the Dragons. I've been going against them the past couple of weeks, and I think I made a huge mistake last week.
Me too.
Obviously, before we made our predictions, Tom Malolo was in the team. But then it came to closer towards the game, and Tom Malolo was out. So.
And I thought they would still win.
Yeah, exactly. So I think after watching that game, it was a pretty tough game between the Cowboys and the Dragons. It was a bit back and forth, but like Ato touched on, he was definitely right. They're out of these two teams, the Dragons are attacking a lot more better, and they're defending a lot more better. So, it's for me, it's not that hard to go that way of the Dragons.
Beauty. So, we hope the red V. We're kind of all. We went for the purple V for the first game, and now we're with the red V for the second game. So, we're quite unanimous at the moment. It's so refreshing because we wouldn't have someone saying, "Oh, they're going to go for the other team." Nah, shout out to you, TJ. Okay, cool. And that moves us to our next round, and I'll let you introduce it if you would like. Ato? Oh wait, which one?
Ato, if you want.
Yeah, Ato, yeah, bro.
Yep. So this game will be Friday night. It's a big game. I think. Apart from the Storm and Panthers, there's probably the second, top game. So Roosters and Rabbitohs, always a rivalry there. Always a big game. Every time they play, they will always both show up. Obviously their first two starts to the season, I would say the Roosters are, tracking along a lot better. Obviously, the Rabbitohs, they had us in round one, and, that was a tough game, but, they have one loss, one win. Roosters with their 2 wins, and their backline's been killing it the first 2 rounds. Brett Morris and James Tedesco, they've just been amazing the first 2 rounds. Obviously my player of the week, Kiri, I think he's gonna have another blinder, and for that reason, I'm going to back the Roosters, and I think the Roosters will get the chocolates over the Rabbitohs on the weekend. So, the Roosters, my pick.
This is going to be a crack of a match. This is potentially game of the week. I'll jump in next. For my tip, I'm going to go with the Roosters, and I reckon they're going to win pretty convincingly. It's good to see that Mansell kind of snuck his way into the team for the Rabbitohs. Latrell's playing out of his skin. And Cody Walker, as well as like a Reynolds there backline, too good gun. But I just don't think against this Roosters team, bro. This Roosters team is scary, deadly, and they have the right edge of doom. So if I haven't seen a team that can match them, hopefully Rabbitohs can prove us wrong. And I would love to see the Roosters lose, but. Especially the backs and the halves running off this forward pack. Lindsay Collins, Tokiaho, Angus Crichton comes back, and I think Victor Radley is coming off the bench. Look at this team, bro. They're stacked, full of experience.
Hargreaves off the bench.
Yeah, too. Hargreaves too. Crazy. I know that, definitely the boys in green need to put up a massive fight if they are to get the chocolates off this red hot Roosters side, and they're full of attacking force. So that's my tip. For you, bro, do you think the Rabbitohs have a chance?
They possibly could have a chance against the Roosters. I think with these two teams, like it could go either way. It just depends on who turns up on the night and who's more willing to win. But I think I'm going to follow you two as well. And look, the Roosters have been pretty sharp the first 2 rounds. They probably haven't been, I guess, playing teams that are probably up to their standards yet, seeing as it's only the first 2 rounds. But hopefully this one will give them a good run for their money. The Rabbitohs have been all right. They've been pretty disappointing in parts of the game. They could improve and get better, but it's just hard to see it go by the Roosters, especially with the points they've been putting up in the past couple of weeks. Tedesco, Morris, BMOS, they've been outstanding for them. and even the forward pack's been playing their part
100.
as well. Yeah, but even to have Victor Radley back in the team, I think that's a huge boost for them. He was missing for like majority of the season last year, which was unfortunate. But to see him back, I think he'll give them a major boost this weekend.
Can oath, man. Can oath. So, yeah, that's our tip, and we're unanimous at the moment, man. So, and then we're going to skip along the page, and I'll let the bro introduce his match at Bank West, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. The game at Bank West on Saturday night will be the Parramatta Eels taking on the Sharks. Be a tough one.
Nah, it's not. You're going to pump them, bro. You're so modest and so humble, bro. Tell us how much you're going to pump them by. Give us your thoughts on the match, bro.
I don't know the numbers, man. I don't know how much we were pumping by, but hopefully it's a fair bit. Obviously, we had a good game against Storm on Thursday, so it's a bit of a long turnaround this week. So hopefully the boys have, I guess, reset and look forward to this game. Obviously, if we're going to be a team to watch out for this year, we need to back up that win against the Storm. And I guess what a better way to do it than to do it with the Sharks. The Sharks didn't have a really bad game against the Raiders over the weekend. I think their second half was what really brought them back into the game, and Chad Townsend started getting a good roll on. But it was just unfortunate at the end of their second try that he wasn't able to execute his kick to even it up. But yeah, I think these it'll be a good run for Parramatta. I think there's a few key guys in the Sharks team that could open us up a bit. But it looks like Neil Cotter will be back in the centres this week. So I think defensively, with Blake Ferguson, we've been struggling on our right edge with Wanga Blake being there. And I feel like he's been running up and running in too often. Yeah. And it's catching Blake Ferguson out, and he ends up being like 2-on-1 on the edge. So I feel like Ryder Neil Cotter, he tracks well with the centre and the back row, and he's allowing I guess Blake Ferguson to have some more time on defence instead of having to rush up all the time. So definitely a good game. But yeah, I'm looking forward for the Eels to take this one.
Yeah, nice. Pretty much, I know you're going to tip, but if the Sharks could win, how do you think what do you think they need to do in order to beat this side? Because I don't think they can. I'm tipping the Eels, so yeah. If they have the slightest of chance, well, what do you think they need to do?
I think they just, got to improve from last week. I was pretty impressed with the way they played. I thought, maybe the Raiders will have this one easy, in the bag, but the Sharks, proved me wrong. They played some good footy, showed a lot of good signs, and their forwards were really they were really matching Canberra on the weekend. Yeah, and obviously Townsend, it was unfortunate for Townsend. I think he missed 3 kicks and they lost by 2 points. So, when you think about it,
they could have been hit.
If he hit maybe 1, it could have been a draw, maybe 2, they could have won the game. But, the Sharks, they played well. I think they just got to improve from last week, keep getting better. I think Chad Townsend maybe needs to practice his goal kicking a bit this week. But yeah, I think it's going to be way too tough for the Sharks, and I'm expecting the Eels to, blow them away and have a big win.
Yeah, beauty, man. And we're all expecting the same thing. I think this is going to be a 13+ game, but that's my own opinion. So for the rest of the matches, so for the Raiders and Warriors, I'm going the Raiders. For the Broncos Doggies, I'm going the Doggies. And then I'm going the Knights against the Tigers, and in the other Queensland derby, I'm going the Titans. So for you, Kota, what are your tips for the remaining 4?
Yeah, I think mine are the exact same as yours, man. I'm going to back the Raiders against the Warriors. I'm going to back the Bulldogs against the Broncos. I made a huge mistake following backing the Broncos last week.
It is what it is, man.
Pretty disappointed in their performance.
Yep.
I'm going to back the Knights against the Tigers. That game will be a definite game to watch. I think both teams have been performing pretty well, so it's hard to tell who's going to win that one. And I'm going to follow the Titans over the Cowboys.
Nice, bro. And what about you, man? For the remaining 4 games, where are you looking?
I think it's pretty much similar or the same. So, going Raiders over the Warriors. Yeah, Doggies over the Broncos. Knights and West Tigers was tough, but I think the Knights should win that one. So I'm picking the Knights in that one, and the Titans should win easy against the Cowboys.
Beauty.
Those are my tips.
And I guess, I didn't do a tally of what we're on, but we'll update next week on our tipping so far. That's our tips for the rounds. This round is actually pretty hard to go through, as we've seen over the first 2 rounds. Some teams that we thought won't performed well, and vice versa. So I guess wish us luck with all our tips. Just quickly on the Punters Club, we had a multi that we did last week. We had a 6-legger about Brisbane Lions. Shout out to you. He's ruined our multi. Beauty. So on Sunday, we put money back to get even, and we put it on the Roosters, the Raiders, and Port, and we got our money back. So shout out to the Panthers Club. This week, I don't think we're putting any team in from the NRL. If we do, we might chuck in probably maybe the Eels, but we're unsure, man. It's the games are too evenly matched. I try to convince them to chuck a shorty, not a shorty, a non-favourite in, but everyone's too scared, so it is what it is. I think that's it, boys. Give us some suggestions. I think I'm going to start coming up with other segments that we can carry on, little games we can play, or funny segments in that. But if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you like and share this podcast. We love doing the NRL. We love covering the footy content. Like you've seen with the boys, we're trying to stay away from the negative media or negative stories around our players. There's a few that popped up this week, but we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to give it legs, we'd rather focus on the positive stuff. So, any closing remark, boys? We're going to have a good week this week, or are we confident with our tips, or?
Yeah, it looks like perfect round this week,
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think we're all pretty similar, bro, with our tips.
Yeah, I think none of us will win a straight.
Yeah,
we're
I
all
think
the same.
we're all the same.
Yeah.
Cool, so we all should get 8 next week, eh?
Let's go, boys. I don't know about TJ, though.
Yeah. TJ, comment your tips below. I should have put up a multi so we could see what the odds are. But, thank you, boys, for jumping on, as always. Thank you to everyone who's been watching. Make sure you like, share, and comment down below in this podcast. In the comments. We hope you're enjoying the show. And... I don't know if you can see, but we have like a whole new setup. We're in a whole new place, so hopefully this continues. And my screen just went off.
Yes, it did.
That's right. I can just pick it up from there. We're getting all waves. So hopefully everyone has a great week. Can't wait to get to rip in and see the footy this week. Oh, actually, before we go, my thing will be there. You boys have an opening game this week, or a trial match?
Yeah.
So, bro, give us what's going on there. What's going on this weekend?
Yeah, there's not much details, other than that we are playing this weekend. Not sure how many games or when, but we'll be playing on Saturday at Casey Fields.
Cool.
That'll be a trial match. Casey are hosting a nines tournament, so the games there will be all nines. I'm not sure if there's a exhibition match there, but...
so they have the whole nines. I think the day starts from 9 o'clock in the morning, so it'll be 9 o'clock in the morning, Casey Fields. There'll be a tournament. I think there's under 16s, under 18s, and then senior men, senior women's. Then after everything's done, later on in the afternoon, I think I'm not sure if it's the 20s or the 18s, but one of the Thunderbolts teams, they have a game against, I think it's the West Tigers.
Oh, cool.
So there'll be a game, rep game there to watch too. So if you guys aren't doing anything, just head on down to Casey, watch some community footy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It'll be cool to see, the local footy in that. So, Casey Fields, as you can see, make sure you go check it out. We're going to be there. I'll be there to support the boys. And hopefully you get the biscuits, on the weekend. Yeah. Anyways, peace out. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And, we'll catch you on the next episode, bro. Let's go. Stay woke. Peace.